Hello everyone and welcome to The Picky Vegan. My name is Kendall and today I will be showing you what any vegan can eat in a day. So today I'll be showing you some things that I ate for breakfast, lunch, dinner throughout my week. I wanted to specify that these are things that any vegan can eat in a day, even if you're picky, like me. If you're picky, you can eat it too. So for breakfast, we're starting with some overnight oats that I made the night before. We started with a half cup of plant-based milk, a tablespoon of nut or seed butter if you're allergic to nuts. Then we're adding in half a cup of oats. Stir that up. And then we're doing a tablespoon of flax seeds. That was definitely not a tablespoon, and it was kind of wiggly in the morning, so make sure you add a tablespoon. And then we're adding just however much you want of some chocolate chips. As you can see, I went back for more because chocolate chips just make everything better. Then we're going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then you're done. This was really good. You're just going to refrigerate it overnight, and then in the morning I topped it off with some strawberries and walnuts, and it was fantastic. For lunch, we're making some pasta. I just used some leftover pasta I had in my fridge. And then we're going to use all of these spices. You can use whatever you want. I honestly just added them to taste. So you see we have some salt, some pepper. I added a lot of pepper, and I decided to stir that up too because I also added some vegan butter in there. Highly recommend if you don't do that. Then I added some garlic powder, and I love garlic powder. I think it's wonderful. I added some Italian seasoning, and then I added some crushed red pepper. I like the spice. If you don't like spice, you can leave it out. And then I decided to cut up some fresh basil that I had growing in my backyard. So as you can see, I just rolled it up, and then I sliced it into thin strips. And then once it was in those strips, I just tried to mince it as best I could. It took me a minute, but it ended up working. So yeah, I add that basil in there. And then I top this off with some broccoli that I had in my fridge as well, just some leftover roasted broccoli. And that was my lunch.
I'm alright, I've been better, I miss cigarettes, 27, fuck you, you know I'm trying, it's not easy in the face of a lion, I will die.
For dinner, we are making tacos, so I decided to make some rice with mine. So as you can see, I'm just preparing the rice to the package instructions. I made a half a cup of rice, which ended up filling me up and being okay for all the tacos that I had. So yeah, once the water was boiling, I added in half a cup of rice, stirred that, and then I put the lid on it and set the timer for 20 minutes.
There's no use in being overprepared. Don't lie, I don't care, I don't like it.
When I had my rice going, I started making my beans. I had some leftover black beans that were frozen in my freezer, so you can see I'm trying to thaw them out, and it was not working very well. So I struggled with this for a few minutes. Enjoy seeing me struggle. Until I decided to put them in a bowl of warm water. And then while that was sitting, I decided to make my salsa. You don't have to make homemade salsa, I just really like to. So I cut up a tomato, put that in a bowl. I found that 1 tomato to 1 lime is a very good ratio. So yeah, I juiced 1 lime, and then I cut up some onion, and I just kind of threw that in there to taste, because I'm not very specific with my measurements. And then I added some salt and cumin, again, to taste. I really like the flavor of cumin, though, so I went a little heavy on it. Just stirred all that up, and I let it sit so that all the flavors could meld together while I focused on the beans, which were now ready. So I just kind of poured those into the pot and warmed them on the stove. They were kind of like black bean, like refried black beans, but they were really good, and I really liked how they turned out, so I guess it's alright. By this point, my rice was done, so I went ahead and fluffed that, and I plated my tacos. I added some guacamole that I had in my fridge, and that was it.
Take your time to get away.
This is so good.
Thank you so much for watching my video. It really means a lot to me. If you liked it, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.
Take your time.